Hey, what's going on guys? Matty Brolic here, and today we have a top plays video for the National Pokeball League Week 2, and we are going to showcase, obviously, the 5, in my opinion, best plays of the week. And it's cool because it really showcases a lot of the coaches' good plays, smart predictions, just all around smart plays that put them in good positions to win the battles, and that's what it's all about, right? Making sure that you put yourself in a position to win the battle. So we are going to go over from number 5 all the way down to number 1, my opinion of the best plays this week. And I just want to say I was given a layout for this video, a top 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 type layout, and unfortunately there were some technical difficulties that prevented me from using it, but I will be up next week. So just try to bear with me for this one because there are some good plays here to watch, and it should be a good video nonetheless. So let's get right into it. So we had Ashley versus Dallas this week, and if you look at the team preview, you can see that Dallas doesn't have a ton to take out Chansey, not a lot at all. In fact, if that is a choice bandit, a Sacred Fire can wear it down with burns and whatnot, but I don't even know if it's a 2-hit KO physically defensive Chansey because it's crazy bulky. Then Bramble did have Taunt, but at the same time it does not have reliable recovery, so it can be worn down with Seismic Toss. And obviously things like Tornadus, Mega Man Trick, Cresselia, and Apollyon cannot really touch it with their special attacks. So this Tornadus was against Ashley's Slowbro, and Dallas did a good job knocking it off to Salt Vest and wearing it down with Hurricane. So now when he has it this low, he has a good feeling that she might want to switch out to get some regenerated health back. So Dallas makes a really good play here. Instead of getting a little angsty and going for U-turn for switch initiative, which is what a lot of battlers tend to do, he stays in and goes for knockoff in case she goes into the Chansey, because I could really put him in a good position later. And that's exactly what happens. She goes into the Chansey, and Dallas gets the knockoff, knocking off the Eviolite, really making Chansey a lot easier to deal with for the rest of the game. So definitely a smart play on Dallas. I know it wasn't crazy flashy, but knocking off the Eviolite really put him in a great position to win, and he did end up winning the match. So that was, for me, that was his first major step to winning the match. He did take out the Zardex early, but I really didn't see how many ways he had to get past this Chansey, other than maybe knocking off his Eviolite and then being able to knock it out. So a good play there on Dallas's part. So now we will move on to the next play, and the next play was from the game of the week. It was Togavor versus Trevenant, and Trevenant was getting a lot of hacks in this situation. He kept scalding on the Sylveon, got 2 crits in a row, and the second crit was a burn. So even though Togavor was trying to wish up, he was losing more HP than he was gaining because of the burn. So he decided to switch into his Amoonguss, and the Mega Blastoise and Trevenant get another crit here. So this puts Amoonguss in range of an Ice Beam, which Trevenant does have. So now Togavor really does not have switch-ins to this Mega Blastoise. It is a really big threat to his team. So I'm thinking Mega Blastoise is going to get a kill here, almost guaranteed. But Togavor reveals very good preparation and is actually holding a Yachi Berry, and is able to take an Ice Beam and get a Spore off, putting this Blastoise to sleep, really neutering it for the rest of the game, which was a great play because, like I said, if he did not have the Yachi Berry there, Blastoise would have gotten a kill there, and possibly many more throughout the game because it is bulky. He can take a hit or two from a bunch of Togavor's Pokemon and just fire off really powerful attacks. So definitely good preparation there. So now this match was Rich versus Cheeseboy, and I remember watching it saying that Talonflame was a really big threat to Cheeseboy's team, and it really could, if it was offensive, could just go right through it. So Richard had just taken out the Manaphy with a Brave Bird, so now Cheeseboy decides to send in his Bisharp, and he had a really good thought process behind this play. What happened in this play wasn't, I guess, as flashy as what his thought process would have been like, but it was still a really good and vital play nonetheless. So what Cheeseboy wanted to do was, if this Talonflame was a little bulkier, then he would like to Pursuit it here, because he thought it might have been choice locked because it kept going for Brave Bird. So he was pretty sure that it was choice banded. So what he wanted to do here was Pursuit to try to bait in something like Vaporeon, because I don't think he would want to lose his Gallade here, because his Gallade can take a hit from basically everything on Cheese Boy's team except Bisharp and fire off powerful attacks. It could set up on things like Ferrothorn, and yeah, overall was a really big threat to Cheese Boy's team. So he didn't think he'd switch into Gallade. So what he wanted to do here was Pursuit and try to get Vaporeon in, and he actually had Stealth Rock on his Bisharp. So if he got the Pursuit off and weakened the Talonflame, then if he Stealth Rock the next turn, the Talonflame would go down upon switching. So he does go for Pursuit here, and it actually just knocks the Talonflame clean out, which is still a great play nonetheless, because he made sure that he took out the Talonflame as quickly as possible, allowing the rest of his team to really wear down Richard's just Gallade, Sableye, and Vaporeon. Not really the most offensive threats. So once he got rid of the Talonflame, which really could just pick off the rest of his team, he was in a great position to win. And he did end up winning the match. So great play, Cheese Boy. That was a very smart play. And I did really appreciate the idea to Pursuit, weaken it, and then set up Stealth Rock so the Talonflame can switch in again. That was definitely great thought process on that play. So now moving on to the next one, we have Jolt versus Bochius battles. So here, Jolt, Bochius got his Volcarona in on Jolt's Skarmory. So it seemed like Jolt was in a bad position here. Now look at Jolt's team. What does he really have for a timid +1 Volcarona? Even modest, but if the Porygon-Z was timid Scarfed or something like that, I guess he could outspeed. But the fact that he did reveal leftovers and probably had Roost, what does Jolt really have? Fire and Bug just kind of goes right through his team. And the Dragonite was weakened, so it did not have its multi-scale attack. So if it did have maybe something else other than Bug Buzz, maybe a hidden power type, he really could just rip through Jolt's team after one Quiver Dance. So this goes to show really, really great preparation on Jolt's part. So Jolt switches in to Clefable here, and the way he switched it in, I figured that he would be Unaware, because Unaware can mostly stall out Volcaronas unless Volcaronas are modest. If Volcarona is modest with Fire Blast, it actually can 2-hit KO Clefable, but if Clefable gets a Calm Mind up, then it's a little bit different. So on the first Fire Blast, he could Calm Mind and then Soft Weld. So Unaware Clefable was definitely good preparation on Jolt's part alone. But what really was great preparation was bringing a Unaware Clefable with Hidden Power Rock, because with Hidden Power Rock, he can completely ignore the stat boosts and just easily knock it out from 63% there with the Hidden Power Rock, because he ignores the special defense boost. So Bochius could have Quiver Danced up all he'd like, but he would never gain really any headway there, because Jolt brought a Unaware Clefable with Hidden Power Rock, so he could easily just do tons of damage to his Volcarona every single turn, and even if it had Roost or anything, it really couldn't make any headway there. So very, very good preparation on Jolt's part. His Clefable really has been useful in the first 2 weeks, and those are the type of things you like to see in this type of format. Just great preparation, really, really smart playing. Sometimes people will bring these crazy hidden power types, but if Volcarona is boosting in special defense, it might not hit it as hard as he would like. But the fact that he brought an Unaware Clefable really enabled him to knock out the Volcarona and do tons of damage. So great play on Jolt's part. Now we will go to the best play of the week. So if we go back to the game of the week here, Trevenant had a Victini that was really wreaking havoc. So the only real switch in that Togevar had left was a Hippowdon. So he goes for V-Create, really didn't lose much by going for V-Create here, and Hippowdon comes in at full HP. He's not Choice Banded or anything, he actually tricked the Toxic Orb onto Latias earlier, so he has leftovers. But he goes for the V-Create, does a good amount of damage to Hippowdon, and it weakens it a bit, but Hippowdon can easily just Earthquake here or Slack Off and gain HP unless he gets critted. But what happens here is Togevar does not have any more switch-ins other than Hippowdon to Victini, so Victini is really important for Trevenant to keep. But Trevenant realizes that Togevar might try to use this as a way to get momentum and maybe go for Stealth Rocks and still gain a good amount of HP on a potential switch out of Victini. But Trevenant decides he wants to stay in here because if he can weaken this Hippo and go for V-Create here and possibly get Hippo to either go for Earthquake or Slack Off, he could win the game. Especially, I mean not Slack Off, Stealth Rock. So if he goes for Stealth Rock, the game is really over because then Togevar has nothing for Victini. So that is what Trevenant does. He stays in and goes for another V-Create, which is really, really smart on his part because now the Hippowdon does go for Stealth Rocks and now nothing can switch into V-Create and he's able to just knock out the Hippowdon with another V-Create and allows his Victini to keep it in the back just so he can keep bringing it out on a lot of other threats that Togevar has that really can't touch Victini too well, and just fire off really powerful V-Creates, U-turns, whatever he wants, and allow him to end up winning the game, which he did. So he knocks out the Hippowdon here and put him in a great position to win. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed the Week 2 top plays of the week. Congratulations to all the coaches. I like these types of videos because they do not only highlight cool plays for viewers to watch, but it's really cool because it gets to reward the coaches for making such great plays. And there really are so many great plays made each week, it's hard to fit them all in a top 5 video, but then again, these are just my opinions. So thank you all for watching. Definitely check the National Pokeball League channel out. You should check out all the coaches, watch the full games, and yeah guys, we'll be back here next week with another top 5 plays video. Like I said, thank you all for watching and have a great day.